Hey, what's good, guys? So the developer Diablo stream just finished up. They kind of want to break down what they covered there. They had some Diablo Immortal news, new character, don't care, not going to play that game. So as far as Diablo 4, we did get announcements that we are getting a new patch today, 1.0.4. They said there will be some different balancing stuff in there, but one thing that they did cover was the patching in so that the Helltide chests can drop unique items, which I actually didn't know was a thing. The other thing that they said that they're looking at before that was being able to lock items in your inventory, which I'm sure if you've ever accidentally sold something that you didn't want to sell, that would be good news for you. We got news on the new Season 1, which will be starting July 20th. There'll be a patch on July 18th, kind of setting that stuff up. The new season is called Season of the Malignant. It will take place after the main story of Diablo 4. We're getting a new NPC, Cormand. I'm guessing he's going to kind of delve out the story to us. We will be able to start the season right away. It's going to be in the first city that you load into. So what are we getting in this? We are getting, essentially, there will be infested elites, I guess, in the overworld, and when you beat them, you will be able, they will drop a malignant heart. You will be able to try to cage that heart, and when you try to cage that, it's going to spawn more malignant enemies that you will have to beat. Once you cage that heart, it will essentially become a legendary gem. Now these gems will go into infested sockets. They were kind of said that they were legendaries, but I think what they mean is these gems will have the equivalent of legendary aspects. They will go into your jewelry slots, into infested sockets. Now, they didn't say whether those sockets would be in addition to the sockets that are already on our jewelry or whether they will replace those. But the infested sockets will have 3 different colors. There will also be 4 different colors of gems, one for each one color of the socket, plus a 4th, which I assume would be sort of a universal color. There will be new malignant tunnels where we can go to essentially target farm the color of gem that we need in these new dungeons. They also said there will be a new boss for the story content, new legendaries, new powers, and I think they even said new uniques too. But I don't think I have that written down here. Then they got into the season journey, which will be the battle pass. There will be 7 chapters to it. So essentially the seasonal pass will be free to everybody. The premium pass will essentially cover cosmetics that you can earn through the season. So what do we get in the seasonal journey? We get favor, which will be essentially a currency used in the premium pass to unlock the cosmetics. We get caches. What are in the caches? I don't know exactly. And then they showed us, I'm guessing, the new legendary powers, because there was a lot of aspect rewards that were in those. They did say that there will be a few transmog weapons that will not be character specific or not class specific, that will, you know, carry over amongst your classes, but that the paid pass will be purely, or that the paid pass will be purely cosmetic. The other thing that we will get in the seasonal journey will be smoldering ashes that will give us seasonal blessings. The way I looked at these seasonal blessings is like increased gold, increased experience, increase of the new gems dropping. So basically just a boost for us there. They said that the season will last at least 12 weeks and that they've been looking at the Renown situation. They said that the things that will currently transfer over in Renown are our Fog of War. So all the progress that we've done in exploring and our Altars of Lilith. And obviously if you've beaten the campaign, that will transfer over as well. They said that they didn't initially plan to do any of this, so it's all being done on the fly. So to progress your Renown after the patch on the 18th, you will have to log into your characters to then make that Renown account wide. So if all of your Renown progress is on one character, you log into that one character and it becomes account wide. If all of that progress, you know, just not all of your Renown, but, you know, the parts that are applied, let's say you have that spread amongst multiple characters. If you log into those multiple characters, it will not only transfer to your seasonal character, but that Renown progress will then transfer between your Eternal Realm characters. Then they got into some Q&A after that. They were asked about respeccing. They said they are looking at it, but they don't have any date for us on anything. They're looking at both the cost and the effort, and they're also evaluating the prices, and they said that we're getting a Scroll of Amnesia, which is essentially free respecs from the the battle pass in season 1. I don't know why they couldn't give those to our Eternal characters in some way, or have some way of us earning those, just so that isn't a problem, because currently the Scroll of Amnesia is great, but it only fixes stuff for the seasonal characters as of now. They were asked about after the season ends, the seasonal mechanics transferring over to the Eternal Realm post-season. They said there are no plans currently, like the new gems aren't going, or the new caged hearts that we're going to be putting in our jewelry aren't going to transfer over to the Eternal Realm. These are designed to go away, and their explanation was they didn't want all of these things that they're adding in new seasons to become a cumulative mess in the Eternal Realm. I think I get why they would have that position. I tend to think if you're doing things that are making a seasonal character objectively more powerful than an Eternal character, that maybe you should do something on the Eternal Realm for Eternal characters to sort of narrow that gap. But maybe that's something that they will get to eventually. I'm sure that that's something that's going to be brought to their attention. They were asked about teleporting into the nightmare dungeons. They said that was kind of done on the fly, and basically the question was, why are we teleport right outside as opposed to actually just loading directly into the dungeon? Basically they just said that was one of those things they didn't get to implement it in the most perfect way because they sort of did it quickly. They also said that all of our cosmetics and our transmogs that we have currently unlocked will transfer over to our seasonal characters. Then they were asked about balancing mid-season. They said, yes, they will do balances, but they did want to list... They said they wanted to make their big nerfs and big buffs less frequent to make the experience more stable than before. I don't know. I mean, my guess is if you're doing a nerf or a buff, it's going to... the only way I see that they could do that is maybe doing that towards the end of seasons, as to not make it... be a big issue during the middle of the season. I think that was probably a policy they should have had hammered out before they launched, because it was kind of jarring to have the nerfs that they handed out while the race to 100 was still going on. I would think that would be a policy that you would at least have figured out, but it seems at least now they have an idea of how they're going to handle that going forward. They were asked about stash space. They said they hear us on that. They are working on things, and they did seem to mention that the gem rework to put all the gems in the material slots is going to help in that regard. Obviously, we're not getting that till closer to season 2. So, I mean, that problem's just going to get worse while we wait on a fix, but at least we have something coming on the way. And then they were asked about new classes, and they said currently they have nothing, no plans at this moment. Well, not no plans. They have nothing to say at this moment, which I wouldn't expect them to. Anyways, that's just a brief overview of what they covered in the live stream. If you found this useful, a like would be super appreciated. And until next time, guys, get awesome.